And we just really love getting together. And I don't think that there's another rescue organization that is able to have this type of relationship that we do with our volunteers and be able to celebrate them like we do. I don't know if that's true. Great. I wish that more people did it. True. But in my experience and what people have told us that have come from other organizations, they just haven't experienced this type of community. And I'm personally quite proud of that. I think it's really wonderful. And we had a blast, and we just love our people so much.
Oh my dog. Dog. Oh my dog.
Oh my dog, hey.
Oh my dog, hello.
I almost forgot what to say.
We're back.
We took a little spring break and we didn't
Wait,
even
I said
tell
your
you
part. Back
you
again.
Did, and I didn't even say the right part afterwards, but honestly, we've been gone.
We did take an impromptu spring break, which was much needed and well deserved, I will say.
Yes. Sometimes life be lifing and you say, you know what? I don't want to do all of the things that I've got on my plate. So then you clear your plate, and that's what we did.
Yeah. Shit happens. The world gets a little bigger.
That's right.
But since the last time we talked to you guys, a ton has happened. Most recently, we attended the Humane Lobby Day at the state capitol this past Thursday, which doesn't make any sense to you guys. That was the 26th of March.
That's right. When's the last time you were in?
Was it Wednesday? Thursday?
I don't recall.
Whatever.
Thursday,
Whatever day it was.
Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday.
You're right, because I had bowling that night.
Yep.
So the 26th. Anyway, Humane Lobby Day at the Capitol, which has been on the calendar for a year because you have to reserve the area a year in advance.
Yeah.
So it's been on the calendar for a year.
And it's a yearly event that it happens.
Right.
But anyway, before we dive into it, though, when's the last time you were at the Capitol? Because, I had not been in there since I was in middle school and did the tour.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And ironically, I worked literally half a block away from the Capitol for 7 years, I think.
Well, I think when I worked
never marched my little ass up there and did anything.
No. I mean, I worked in the same kind of general area, and I had no desire, but it is a beautiful building.
It is.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But they used to have is that the place where they had the swinging pendulum, or was that the Science Center?
Science Center.
Was it? I thought
very different places.
But every time my daughters have done a field trip, they always do the Capitol and then they go to the Science Center.
Okay, but
then they threw us off. They did the Capitol and then they went to some museum across the street from the Capitol. I didn't even know existed.
I feel like we need to look this up because I could have swore there was something in the rotunda of the Iowa State Capitol, and they've taken it out since.
Interesting. I don't remember or know. I mean, I wouldn't remember. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, but
I could be remembering.
It's the rotunda, not the rotundra, according to the way I spelled it.
Right. No R. I think that
first thing that populates is the
weird.
Science Center's
Tanner spelled something wrong.
We are less than 3 minutes into the show. We're back on old times.
And the first YouTube video that shows up is Satanic Temple Display inside Iowa State Capitol building. That's another offshoot that we don't know about, but
that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Yeah, I don't care about that. So yeah, the pendulum you're thinking of was in the Science Center. You should click on the thing. I wonder if I have seen this. That's not it. Is that it?
It's in high speed.
Is it really big?
It like keeps the time. It knocks the little things over. Yeah. Remember?
No, I've never seen this.
Really?
No. Interesting. Well, definitely
that's a terrible video.
Awful.
But it was a pendulum was it to keep time?
Yeah, it does. It goes around.
And like it would knock over the little wood blocks every however many minutes.
I want to be the guy that has to put the blocks back up.
How did that work anyway?
You'd think it would be automated. I don't know.
Didn't they take it out?
Is the pendulum still there? We can't know.
Anyway, back to Humane Lobby Day. So, it's been on the schedule for a year.
And what is Humane Lobby Day?
It's a day where several animal rights advocates get together and they have tables and they spread awareness for animal rights at the state capitol.
Yeah. So, like, some of the people that were there, I met some really great people. And even though, and Holly's going to talk about exactly what happened while we were there, but what I enjoyed about it was, well, number one, I was dying of eating bad sushi. I was so sick.
She was a wreck.
I was, like, throwing up every hour on the hour. It was
Hot
terrible.
Mess Express.
I felt awful.
Was it from a gas station?
No, it was a really expensive sushi that
Which, ironically, when we got to the capitol...
Yeah, she was like, do you want some of this? And I was like, who?
When we got to the capitol, you know, they have the cafeteria, which is in some part hosted by Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee, yeah.
And I was like looking at all things. I just wanted something quick and easy and let's go. And they had the sushi that they have at the Hy-Vee, you know, the Hy-Vee gas stations and the Hy-Vee, all the things. I've had it several times, never had any problems. Cool, great, whatever. Got it, ate it. Kara, would you like any? I specifically got, like, because she doesn't eat meat, like, I specifically
Sure.
got something that she could also enjoy, because that's the kind of friend that I am. No, she didn't want any of it, because I was not aware of your crisis that you were in the middle of.
Yeah, I was.
Had I been aware of that, I would not have gotten sushi.
She'd have gone for the mac and cheese.
Seriously, though. But anyway, yeah, so I got the sushi. It was great. I didn't have any problems.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy because we got there during lunchtime and it was a madhouse. Everyone was trying to get food and sit and whatever. But anyway,
yeah, so there were several groups there, the Marshalltown Arrow, the wildlife.
oh, that's right. That's what I was going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, they had like the bird rehabilitators right
Yep.
next to us, and everybody was so
And we met some
kind.
really nice people from Northwest Iowa
Humane Society, which is like Okoboji area.
NWIHS, which the gal was like, it's much easier to say that. I'm like, is it really?
I don't
though?
think so. That's like it was like 6 letters. She was like, you can just say NWIHUS, and I was like HSUS, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna say Northwest Iowa Humane Society.
Those people.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I did send Allison the request for that signage.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we met these ladies. They run the shelter up in Milford, Iowa, which is in the Okoboji area.
So they also act as like the animal control up there. So they got a lot
Yes.
going on.
And we spoke to them about the microchip scanning station that we are still continually launching. And they were totally on board. They gave us their information. I sent the signage request over. I'm sure Allison's already sent it back. I just haven't seen it, and I just need to get that printed and sent off to them. So
Yeah, so we're going to have one clear up in Okoboji area, which is
Okoboji.
cool. And they were really fun to talk to because they struggle with a lot of same things that we struggle with, but also having like a small shelter. It always interests me, like the types of things that they deal with. And so they had some good stories and stuff. But then one of them asked me a question, and I'm just going to say this to see what the general listeners think about this idea.
Yes.
So
The barn?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they said, do you know anybody that has a farm that would be looking for a farm dog? Because I've got some really great dogs here that would not necessarily be great like in a house in an apartment, but they need a job. They want to go work on a farm. They'd be great running around out, whatever. And I said, you know what? We are one of the very few rescues in our area that will adopt out to a farm home if it's appropriate for the dog and for the people, and that they've got an indoor home for the dog to go into. Of course, we don't want them living outside all the time, but and I think that it would be an interesting idea to create a group that is basically foster to farm. So it's called Foster to Farm, and then these are any shelter or animal rescue that has a dog that would be better off in a farm setting can post that dog, and then the general public can see that dog is available for adoption, and then you facilitate the adoption, as you normally would.
Right.
But it helps to showcase, especially in the state of Iowa, that this is the thing. And like farmers just buy a puppy that somebody else had a litter of puppies down the street, or they decide they want a Australian Shepherd, so they buy one, and it perpetuates that cycle. They don't think they can adopt because many rescues say no.
We're like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a hard and fast rule, but we certainly like to adopt. 99% of our dogs are adopted into homes.
Right.
There are maybe 3 dogs that I can think of that we've taken in
Yeah.
that would have been fine being farm dogs. And by farm dogs, we mean they still have obviously shelter, food, water, warmth.
Yeah, all the
they can be
things.
brought in if it's negative 20 degrees.
But they
kinda
live
thing.
majority of their time outdoors.
Yes. I mean, we've had a lot of Catahoulas,
Mm.
which I have PTSD over that entire breed. But
I can't believe I said yes and actually housed one of those for a while. That was not like me.
that type of dog, it's like a border collie or like a, we get a lot of surrender requests for Great Pyrenees or Great Pyrenees mixes, and also Anatolians,
Mm-hmm.
which are guardian dogs.
They have to have something to do. You can't put them in an apartment.
They are bred and built for being outside to protect a flock or a herd, something like that. So I think maybe some people have it in their mind that being a farm dog, they're not going to,
Get the care or whatever.
They're
No.
living in some barrel of
like a half
like
barrel
straw, right?
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I mean, growing up, we had dogs that were outside dogs.
So did we. I mean, I
And-
grew up that way.
And frankly, they probably loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
they were in
Well,
barrels
our
and it was,
Ours
company-
did
had
great.
straw, and I mean, they were out with their flock.
As you can imagine, I grew up on a farm and we had outdoor farm dogs like all the time. We always had we had one all the time. Everybody always had at least one dog on the farm, right? And they stayed on the area or whatever.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with these dogs. I desperately wanted them to be indoors and that's why I am the
Of
way I
course.
am now. But like I loved them and I was out constantly with them and brushing and, doing all of the things and taking care of this dog. And it's like, I need to get out of my head, my world now, that there's only one way to adopt a dog out to somebody. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong if it's appropriate for the dog and for the family.
Well, a lot of those farms, the operator of the farm's outside all day with them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, they follow my uncle. His dog follows him everywhere
Yeah.
outside.
The priority is the dog.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're not going to adopt a pug out to like a farm situation.
No.
But I grew up on a farm, and I still farm with my family. And Dad has Mercury, which we've talked about him multiple times. And
He's been here on
he's
the pod.
And I'm still not sure if we're pronouncing this right. Karakachan?
Karakashan. That's how I've been
Karakashan.
That's how I've been saying it, but
I'm not even going to try and
you
spell it.
can't trust me.
Anyway,
It's got my name in it, so that's a tip for you.
he's a guardian dog, and he wants to be outside at night, and he sleeps on my parents' porch.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad will message me at like 11:30 at night and be like, "Is anything going on up at your house? Because Mercury's on alert." And I'm like,
No, Dad.
"I don't know, Dad. I'm in bed. I'm watching MASH.
If
Nothing.
it's going on outside, and that's okay.
All
Yeah.
of my dogs are under the cover, so
I don't know.
if anything is happening, I'm not gonna know about it. But Mercury knows about it, and he's all the way down there. But he's got those rabbit ears.
Yeah, he's instincts.
And Kyle, my brother, he lives just a mile as a crow flies, and he's got cattle, he's got goats, he's got horses, the whole thing. And he adopted Zeus, who was supposedly
An Anatolian
shepherd.
But did we do a test?
He ended up being a mix of Anatolian,
Pyrenees,
German shepherd.
German Shepherd, yeah.
But same situation. Like,
yeah. That dog
he's a
needs a job
guardian
outside.
dog.
Yeah.
And he loves being on the farm. And does he chase cars? Absolutely. Has he got ran over by one or two? Definitely.
Yes. Have we paid for a leg surgery? Yes.
Possibly. So yeah, I love the idea. I don't know how many dogs we're going to come across in that situation.
I don't know that it's us.
Well, I think
But-
we say no to those types of dogs because we don't have.
If we could network them and
situation
say,
for
like,
them.
somebody says, hey, I've got a Great Pyrenees and I need help rehoming and I don't have a spot for it, but we could say, hey, you can post on the Foster to Farm page.
Yes.
And if you want to rehome on your own, great, that's where that goes. And these folks up in Northwest Iowa, they were telling me about all of the, like, rural issues that they're dealing with because they have so many stray cats and dogs and things like
They
that.
do have a huge cat issue, which
Very
is
big cat
none
issue.
of our concern.
I said,
but
can't help you with that. You're talking to the dog ladies.
best
But-
of luck.
Yep. But
I think it's it's a good
I
idea. I think it's kind of like a Facebook marketplace for farm dogs.
I think it's
see
awesome.
The
I love it.
merch already.
Oh, Jesus.
Foster to farm.
Dogs for farmers only.
Farmers only. Farmers only. Fido. Farmers only. Something like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Fido's only.
So if Fido's only. So if anybody has, first of all, a better name than Foster to Farm, great. Second of all, I think I'm gonna try and launch this and just see what happens. Like, I've got enough.
What do we have to lose?
Who gives a shit? It's just a community. We're not trying to like create a new nonprofit or anything like that. It's just a community that is in it for the dogs, and also we're in Iowa, so we've got to cater to that a little bit, right?
I think you probably need to get on your what is it that you domain?
Oh yeah,
thing.
let me get on my domain thing and see if Foster to Farm is available.
She's gonna start tagging all of them.
Yeah, because Foster Farms is a premium chicken and turkey farm.
Okay, yeah, we
No.
don't want that. We want. Oh no, get out of here.
Fosters to farm. Farming
I
fosters.
think it's Foster to Farm, like farm to
I
table.
love it.
You know what I mean?
Love it. I think it's great.
Foster to Farm.com.
Okay. Anyway,
It's available.
weird. I can't believe that hasn't been taken already.
Shush it, Nancy.
So we met those ladies at Humane Lobby Day, back out of the rabbit hole, back up
Well,
towards the surface.
I think an important thing to bring up the My Foster Farm idea, because part of the reason that we're struggling here is because Iowa is an agricultural state, right? And so when we think about Humane Lobby and humane law, Iowa is in the dumps because
we're way behind the times.
we're concerned about the idea that it's going to affect farmers. Well,
We aren't. They
well,
are.
we as a royal we of the state as it is. But
So,
anyway, please
to give everybody a recap, because I don't think enough people are up
understand.
to speed
Yeah.
on what's going on right now. So there is a bill out there. It's SF 2099, and it is in regards to animal torture. And literally every single state in the country except for Iowa regards animal torture as a first offense felony. So if you torture an animal,
And we're not talking, I kicked your dog. Okay.
No.
We're talking nasty shit.
right,
Yeah.
then the offense for that is a felony
Mhm.
anywhere except for Iowa. In Iowa, it's a misdemeanor. And this bill passed the House of Representatives several weeks ago unanimously. So it's a bipartisan situation. Everybody's on board. Nobody's against it. Passed the House. Now it's in the Senate court. And there seems to be some issues with the senators understanding what it is that we're trying to accomplish here.
The words we're hearing is slippery slope, because they're concerned that by the state, which again, every freaking other state in the
Yeah,
United States,
when I say literally, I
it's every
mean
other
that
one.
as the definition.
49.
49 states out of 50 regard this as a felony.
Right. But they're afraid that it's a slippery slope into humane law eking into agricultural
Which is
regulations and
so
laws as it
ironic
relates
because
to animals.
The bill itself distinctly
Excludes that.
there's a like there's a very clear line between companion animals
Yes.
and agricultural animals.
Mhm.
And some of the concerns that we are hearing coming from senators is, well, if I'm a farmer and, talking about farm to foster, like if I have a farm dog and I have to euthanize my dog because
It breaks
it's
its back
sick
or whatever.
it breaks its leg or for whatever reason, am I going to get charged with a felony?
No.
Well, no. Did you torture the dog to death or did you humanely dispatch it?
Right.
There's a huge fucking difference. And honestly, I couldn't count on one hand enough farmers that have the gumption to euthanize their own dog.
Oh no! I mean,
I think
even
we're kind
us
of
growing
out
up,
of that era. Like
we still took our dogs to the vet when
you
that
take them to the
happened.
vet,
Yeah.
or the vet comes out to
Yes.
the place. I mean, it's just not. And even if it is something that a farmer is going to do, how many times is this happening in Iowa in a year? Let's say 100.
Right.
And I think that's
High.
very
It's
high.
only one per county.
Exactly.
That's right.
But
But probably about. I mean,
like anybody that has the gumption to do this knows how to do it humanely. They're
Right.
not gonna torture the animal to death. That's
Right.
not their goal. They
No.
want to put it out of its misery. They're gonna do it the quickest way possible. And if that's their goal, they're going to do it with intention. Like it's not a torture situation. Like,
Right.
I
Like,
just
do
don't
you know what
understand how they're
torture means?
Yes.
And
like,
if they're worried about it leaking into cattle and
Right.
turkeys and pigs,
but it doesn't.
there's not a farmer out there anyway that wants to torture those animals
No.
because that's
And
what
that
makes
too.
their
That's their
living.
livelihood.
I'm like, okay.
Yes.
And
So
if they are torturing them, they deserve to have a felony.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, let's
Hell
play.
yeah.
Let's play that to the end of the tape. Like just exactly what you're saying. Like if you even thought that it was going to go into agriculture, which it doesn't. Yeah. What are you doing to these hogs that you're torturing them to death
Right.
or torturing them? Period. Like it's not even to death.
Because I would like all of you to look this up and read the law itself, because torture is very specific in like what it means, and it's an action that is done for the action of torture, not I kicked my dog, or not I decided I needed to euthanize my farm dog because it has cancer and sick, or not I forgot to feed my dog for 2 days. Like these are not like these are bad things, but they're not the things.
So some examples of the bill seeks to reclassify the torture of companion animals such as crushing, burning, drowning, suffocating, or impaling
Right.
from an aggravated misdemeanor to a Class D felony on the first offense.
And I would like to
Who has a problem with that?
nobody. Well, and it's
I know a few people.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I know. Well, and just even diving down into this deeper, the reason that this law has been put into place in 49 states is because of the internet, right? So there are websites, which everybody cover the microphones of your phones so that they don't hear this and screw up your algorithm. But there are literal websites about crushing of animals.
That's disgusting.
And it's terrible, but I don't
even want to think about it.
I don't need to explain it any further. It's exactly as it sounds, and people watch that for some form of whatever.
Did you watch that documentary?
Don't fuck with cats.
Yes.
Yep.
That was
Excellent.
oof,
Excellent.
so hard to watch.
It was really difficult, but so well done. I thought the documentary itself was very well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, horrible. So that's the type of shit. So if you are unsure about what this is referring to, look up "Don't Fuck with Cats," and I think
it's
that's
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's so, I think that's what it's called, right? It's so freaking good, and it's exactly what this law is intending to avoid, or
Penalize
yes, exactly.
for sure.
So
The thing about the Senate and the Humane Lobby Day, we're getting back to surface level.
well, we had to give all of this.
I know.
I think.
They knew that we were coming. It's been on the calendar for a year. Last week, they were reminded that we were coming on Thursday from this time to this time. On the Monday of that week, which as we're recording this would have been a week ago, but whatever. They were again reminded that we will be there on Thursday from this time to this time. All the things. And lo and behold, we get there on Thursday at noon, 12:30-ish.
Yeah, 12 to 12.
And they had cleared the docket as of 10 a.m. and everybody went home.
Yep.
Till Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my whole thing is not only were we there to talk to them and they knew that, so you're all cowards for one, but also, isn't there like a whole ass laundry list of shit that needs to get done
In a really short amount of time.
this legislative session for the state of Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all are taking off Thursday and Friday?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to assume that people don't understand this, but your tax dollars pay their salary.
Right.
So these people are literal employees
Mm-hmm.
of every taxpayer in the state of Iowa, and they just took off Thursday and Friday during peak legislative.
Like, there's only so many days left in the
Sessions.
years. Like
what are
counting
we doing?
on two hands. Like,
They work
there's-
100 days a year.
Yeah.
100 days. And they just randomly take off a Thursday and Friday when we showed. So anyway, so we were there. We were mingling. We talked with these people. We talked with those people. They did this presentation to the Iowa Sheriff's Association for blah, 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 whatever. It was amazing. Lieutenant Quinn received the award.
Oh, that was cool.
I shook her hand. I had done a little bit of research on her ahead of time. She's the president of the association. Anyway, they're all in support of it. And then it came time to go talk to the lieutenant governor. And I am like stoked about this because all of the people that I had and all of the senators that I had gone to intentionally talk to, and I had done
a lot of research.
I done
Prepped.
a lot of research. I researched their background. I reached out to their constituents. I got some information. I had the conversations in my head. I made some notes. Like I was ready to go in and talk to these people and hear what their cause for pause was.
So that you could help squash it.
Yes, so that I could say, actually, that's not true. This is what we're trying to do here.
Right.
And then they just don't show up. And I'm thoroughly pissed. So then we're going to go. So then we go into the lieutenant governor's office and what was there, like 20 of us?
Yeah, about 20, 25 people that
Sure.
all kind of squished into this office. Cool.
So we all shuffle in, and I've never met this woman before, Chris Knoyer.
Nope, never met her either.
And she's all super gracious and, oh, come in and sit down, and here's a chair, and here's a chair, and sit down, sit down, sit down, and here's pictures of my dog, Blue, and he was the poster child for the Breed Ban Act, and that, like,
Which
all this
didn't
stuff.
pass, by the way, which I thought was funny. So she was going on and on about how this dog was the poster child for the breed, like the anti-breed
And once
ban.
again,
And nothing didn't even pass.
Once again, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, lady, I'm sure you are or should be incredibly busy. Can we get down to business? Let's have the conversation.
It was a kissing babies moment.
So Preston, who's kind of running this whole show, he's like, well, if everybody could go around and introduce themselves and whatever. And I intentionally sat right next to Lieutenant Governor. I'm like,
meanwhile, I'm trying not to puke up sushi, sitting next to Holly, even closer. I'm like, minutes away from my next episode, and and Holly's just vibrating in her seat, like getting ready to like just freaking throw down. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I'm ready to just go, yeah, what she said.
I mean, I'm just like, okay,
Where's
like,
the bathroom?
Let's talk. So I said, and she goes into this spiel.
On.
She goes into this very long-winded spiel, which is great. She's there to do all the things, whatever. And she's like, well, this bill is very important, this SF-2099, and, it passed the House unanimously several weeks ago, and it's very unfortunate that it hasn't been brought to a vote at the Senate. And, I've been talking to these people about their concerns and blah, 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 whatever. And she just keeps going on. And I finally just have to cut her off.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Governor of the state of Iowa, and I'm cutting her off.
She did too.
And I'm
It's
like,
no shit.
I said, so what are the concerns that they're?
What did they say? She says.
What did they tell you that their issue is? And she goes, well, I haven't talked to them, but, and I'm like, what? What? What do you mean you haven't talked to them?
It was incredible. Yeah.
And I said, well, could you call them? And she goes, well, I would encourage all of you here today to talk to your senators directly. They want to hear from their constituents. And I said, ma'am, respectfully, that's all what we are all here to do today.
Right.
We're all here to talk to them today. And where are they?
Well, Thursdays are hard.
Thursdays are hard. I would recommend you come back on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. You got to be fucking kidding me. And Kara's, I am boiling. Like, I'm not simmering. I'm boiling.
Right.
And I can feel my face getting hot.
I'm like, she's
I'm
either
starting
gonna
to
let this go or it's gonna get real bad real quick. And I don't.
And I'm trying to like talk to myself in my head, being like, hey, listen, Lieutenant Governor Preston with Humane World for Animals, we've got all of these wonderful groups here that they all are also
some of
here.
which traveled hours to
come here. And like, let's not ruin the moment. But also, hey,
It was such shit because she literally did this whole spiel about that. She was on our side. She wanted this to pass. She'd been speaking to everyone. And then Holly asked the question, well, what did they say when you talked to them? And she just said, well, I haven't talked to the people who oppose it yet. What do you mean?
I don't understand how this is so difficult. I have talked to so many people. I've talked to Preston at length. I've talked to constituents at length. I've talked to my personal senator at length. I don't get it. I don't understand. If there are two people in the Senate chamber that are holding this up, then let's get these two people in here. I mean, let's bring them in here right now and let's just talk to them.
What I don't understand is why can't we just go to vote with those two people opposing?
And Preston said that too. He's like, well, you know, this could come to a vote and those senators could just go for a walk and they don't have to vote. And I said, so you're telling me this is where I got really mind boggled. I'm like, these are my representatives.
Mm-hmm.
I voted for these people or not for
Probably
these people,
didn't.
whichever way. I mean, it doesn't matter. They are there to represent me. And this is what the majority of your constituents wants. I think the entire state of Iowa at a majority level can get behind charging a Class D felony for animal torture. So these people are here to represent us, and this is what we want. What is the fucking holdup?
I don't know.
And why is it so, I mean, it's been weeks. Why is it so difficult to get these people in a room and say, hey, listen, so what's your problem with this? And them say, well, we're concerned about farmers being charged with a felony for euthanizing their dog. And we're like, that's not a thing. That doesn't apply in this situation.
Did you read it?
And it's explicitly explained here in this bill.
Mm-hmm.
Next. Well, we're concerned about da-da-da-da. That also doesn't apply here.
Right.
What's your next concern? Nothing? Okay.
Then let's roll.
Let's go ahead and vote on this
Yeah.
and let's get this shit done. To me, in my head, this is a 10-minute conversation.
And it's a 3-second freaking vote. And the thing of it is if this doesn't go to vote this session, we start from absolute scratch again next year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole nother year where the animals in our state are just not protected.
Which I don't think this is the first year
No.
this has happened.
Yeah, no, it's happened before because everybody else has gotten it done, but here we are.
So,
Crazy.
anyway, so they wanted, everybody went around and introduced themselves in this governor's, and I could tell she was not thrilled with me, which is not a new experience for me.
But you handled it very well, and you were stern with what you were trying to say, and she obviously knew what you wanted to tell her and didn't, but you were graceful in like letting it go, which I knew was hard for you, and I was
hard.
in both ways dying a little because I was like, she's gonna freak out and this is gonna be great, and I'm gonna have to put her underneath my arm and take her out.
I'm gonna have to bail this bitch
I'm
out of
gonna
jail.
have to bail this bitch out of jail. I'm the tall one. I'm gonna have to take us out of here. And also, you know, I mean, you know, it
wasn't the right time or place.
No, it wasn't. You,
And I
you did a good
recognize
job. You did a
that.
good job with that, and I felt like everyone in that room was silently cheering. They were going,
Yeah.
"What the hell are you talking about?"
So we did the picture thing, and that was okay, cool. And then I literally had to walk out of the room.
Yeah.
I left everyone in the dust. I was the first one out of that room.
Yeah.
I had to get out of there because things were about to implode. And so we left, and then
I was the second, just in case I needed to pick her up.
and we got out of there. So
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and at much disappointment, the Senate did not receive us last Thursday for Humane Lobby Day.
But
But I fully intend and plan and have made plans to go back next week.
on an undisclosed
By the time
day,
you guys hear this, I will have already been in jail and bailed out. No, I fully intend to go back and speak to specific senators next Wednesday and understand what their issue is, and hopefully get those issues addressed and resolved, and we can move forward and get this voted on and get this passed this year, and let's be done with it.
God.
and move on to other things.
It's not hard. This is not a big thing. We're not asking for a major change
It really
here.
isn't.
It's just literally asking for harsher punishments for people who are doing unspeakable acts to animals. And this is not just, literally unspeakable. I won't talk about what it actually is because the things are so horrible on this podcast. Like, it's just so terrible. So, no. Anyway, so that was our big razzle dazzle. And now Holly is going to be running for Senate in
my
2020 something.
I don't have any
I think you'd be a great
interest
lobbyist
in
though.
doing that, but I do. This arena does interest me a bit, and kind of. Did you ever watch what was that show with Robin Wright and that guy that got canceled? House of Cards. Did you ever watch House of Cards?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Same thought process. A lot of like whipping of votes and this and that, whatever.
Oh, Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey.
You know what?
He definitely got canceled for
He did, but he's one of my
sure.
favorite actors. I
They
really
had to
liked
cancel
him.
the show, and Robin Wright had to take over the final season.
Oh,
You should watch it. It's a crazy show. Anyway, I just think that things have been operating a certain way for a long time, and that's just the way that it happens. And I'm kind of a disruptor kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe there's something that I could help with here.
Yeah, I think I agree. And I think that there's something that you could do potentially as an advocate or an ally to the people who are like full-time lobbyists, right?
Sure.
You're the little baby pit bull, pocket pity, if you will. And we send her on her
Super sharp teeth. I just
and you're very intelligent and very good at like looking up things and knowing from there like how to speak on them. I'm good at standing in the background and saying, yeah, what she said. But I think you would do well in that arena. Who in their right mind would ever get into politics on purpose is not in their right mind.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I also think a lot of the population kind of has this fear about talking to senators or representatives.
Yes, we were talking
or
about that. Yeah.
the lieutenant governor or the governor herself or whatever. I just want to remind everybody that these people are just like you and me. They are people.
Except for you employ them.
I could run for Senate and become a senator, and you all know me. And so if something was happening, you wouldn't have any problem calling me or texting me and saying,
Exactly.
hey, what's going on with this? Where do you stand? This is what I would like to see done. Could you make that happen? Like,
I grew up down the street from our
Right?
state senator, and if
I mean,
you'll recall, we talked about that.
yes,
He was a terrible man.
Shit show
But I would
situation.
have no problem if he stood right next to me saying, hey, man, the hell.
Right.
Because it's just
And I would
another
expect
farmer
that.
down the road, like, right? So, like, everyone remember that they're just people. So, one, they deserve our respect, and they're doing something, they're doing a
That's critical.
service, and you can't just go in as a pocket pit bull and rah, rah, rah at their ankles. You really can't. You have to treat them with kindness because, you know, the flies and honey situation, right?
Well, not
But
only
also-
that, but because they are humans. And
Yes.
just because we disagree politically or disagree, period, doesn't mean that you can be disrespectful.
Or that they're bad people, right?
Or that they're bad people.
Right.
They are still people. We're all equal. And they just have a different opinion. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. But you don't have a right to be rude and be disrespectful to somehow make your opinion the only opinion. That's not how that works. And it's not about, tripping people up or, sugar and honey and vinegar
Yeah.
and ants and whatever the saying is. But it's just, I'm your constituent. I voted for you or I didn't vote for you, but regardless, you're my representative.
Right.
And this is how I feel as one of your many constituents. And so if you have something that you are passionate about that you would like to see passed, such as SF 2099, then you need to talk to other constituents and say, hey, message this guy. This is your senator. Message him and tell him that you support SF 2099.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I did. I got on Facebook, I shared our post, and then
It blew up. You did great. Yeah.
when people started liking it, I went to see who it was that liked it, and then if I knew the general area of where they lived,
Mm-hmm.
I would put in like Quick Trip, Ames, Iowa, to find out who their senator was.
Yeah.
And then you can get their email address off of the government website, and then I would copy that email address and I'd say, "Hey, at Emily Olive,
Right.
your senator is blah blah blah. Here's his email address. Email him and tell him you support SF2099." That's the only way that these people are going to hear from their constituents, is if you contact them. I mean, that sounds ridiculous to say out loud, but
I mean, well,
if they don't hear from you, then they don't know what you want. You have to talk to them.
and
You have to tell them what you want, and then that's what they're supposed to do. If they don't do what you want, then either A, you're not part of the majority, which you're just going to have to accept, or B, you need to contact more people and tell them to contact them to be part of the majority. Either way, you got to do the legwork if you want change to happen. You can't just bitch and moan and complain about things aren't going your way.
right.
You got to actually do something about it. Go to the Capitol. Anybody can go to the Capitol at any time. You put in your information on this little piece of paper. You say, "I want to talk to Senator so-and-so and so-and-so about X, Y, and Z." And you hand the slip of paper to the little person that goes into Senate chambers.
Which I desperately wanted to do as a kid, by the way. That's like a high school thing. I really wanted to do that job. It's
I need to tell
like
that
a
story
page,
too.
yeah.
or the House of Representatives.
Yep.
And then they take the message to the senator, and when they become available, then they will come out and talk to you. And you just have a conversation, person to person. It's not a big deal. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So in the rotunda, which is on level 2, that's where we all were with our tables.
Like literally a little circle. Yeah.
And then on level 3 is where the House of Representatives chambers is on one side and the Senate chambers is on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up a level and I literally sat outside the Senate chamber for
this is funny.
25 minutes just waiting for somebody to walk by. Anybody. I didn't care who it was. And sure enough, somebody comes walking by. I said, "Sir, are you a senator?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Really? I would love to talk to you. I'm here to advocate for SF2099, the animal torture bill. I'm sure you're well aware. Are you in support of it?" And he goes, "Is that the bill that Senator Fett proposed, or whoever, Representative Fett, whatever it is?"
So like,
And I said, "Yeah, that's the one." He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with Sam. I support it." I said, "Great. That's amazing. What county are you representing?" And he said, "Polk." And I said, "Amazing. Would you mind talking to your colleagues that are, for some reason, opposed to this bill, talking to them, alleviating their concerns, and let's bring this to a vote and get it passed?"
yeah.
And he just kind of looked at me like I was an alien or something. And I'm like, "Hello?
Okay.
Yes? No? Maybe so?" So then I go down. So that conversation ended weirdly.
And then what?
So then I went downstairs and I told someone that I spoke to this senator.
Did you look up all the Polk County senators just to make sure? Because Matt Blake is my representative for my district.
Do you have a picture?
Well, I have a picture
That
of
was
him.
definitely
Yeah.
not him.
This is
Nope.
Matt Blake, or that's Matt McCoy.
Nope, none of those
there's,
people.
Nope. But I get emails from Matt Blake. I wish that there was like a directory.
He was wearing a red tie, so you could assume.
Yeah. Anyway, if it has not already gone to vote or what all the things, please, 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 please.
Oh, it's all over the news now,
It's
too.
everywhere.
Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Channel 8,
Yeah,
Channel
they said,
13, they
like,
picked it up.
They said the Humane
Lobby
Day, all the people showed up, but the senators did not. Like,
They got railed.
yeah, they did get.
Which they should have.
I'm shocked that the news picked it up and twisted it in that way appropriately, because that's exactly what freaking
They
happened.
didn't twist shit. That's
No, I mean,
exactly
sorry,
how it happened.
they chose the spin of
You're
what actually happened.
You're surprised that the news
Yes,
reported
the news.
facts.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could understand why you would be surprised about
Yes,
that.
I was shocked that the actual happenings of the day were told to the
Oh my god.
public.
Anyway, enough about that. It is what it is. We're going to see what we can do. Hopefully it gets past this legislative session.
Holly's
session.
goal for 2026 is to change the world one small thing at a time. First was bingo. Now comes the dogs.
That's true. Bingo is going very well, by the way.
Excellent.
Yeah, so please log on. Just Google Find My Senator Iowa.
Find my legislator or whatever it is.
And it's going to take you to the Find My page for the Iowa legislature. And you can put in your address, and it's going to tell you exactly who your senator is.
And you want senators.
Yes.
The others have already voted, and they're good to go.
And they're good to go. So that's really who you need to focus on. Send them an email. You can call and leave them a message. You can write them a letter, whatever. Send them a smoke signal. I don't give a shit. But you need to contact your senator, and you need to do it
now.
literally right now. Time is of the essence. They need to hear from you. Please call them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I personally text my senator.
well, yeah. I know.
I have his number.
He's
so
got your number in as
I'm sure I'm listed
mother
as
fluffer.
the same
this
thing that
bitch.
the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals
Yeah.
has me listed under.
That bitch.
Do not answer. Pain in ass.
Just PETA.
Whatever.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, girl.
recently, though, we, in a positive note, took some time to celebrate the folks that help us do what we do. And I think it went really well. We had a good time.
Yeah, every year we do Foster Appreciation Night. We typically have it in January, and then we had it in February, and we kept running into weather-related issues.
And
that one
then-
year we actually had to cancel it and reschedule
Yes.
it. Remember that?
Yeah, with
There
whole
was a
blizzard and
huge
everything.
Ice storm. So we moved it later into March, and lo and behold,
It was spring break. Whoopsie doodle.
not only was it spring break, but it was the hottest day on record.
It was so
Year to
beautiful
date,
out. It
it
was
was
like 80 degrees outside.
Absolutely gorgeous day. And Kara and I had the grand idea to rent out a theater at Flick's Brew House and show a dog-themed movie, with appetizers and popcorn and drinks and sodas and
Food and
Reese's
yeah.
Pieces and all the things.
Yes.
And the nicest day of the year, and we're sitting in a movie theater.
I had so much fun though.
It was great. I loved it.
Yes, we watched Best in Show, which
Oh my God.
funny enough, Holly, today, you know what I watched?
What?
Fox and the Hound came on, and I said I will watch this for Holly, so I put it on.
I can't watch it again. I start crying just thinking about it. It's so
All right,
sad.
fair enough. Well, Holly was upset that we didn't do
wanted to
like
watch
an
a Disney
adorable
movie.
Disney, and I can't stand Disney movies typically. Like it's not for me. But Best in Show, I think I cackled the whole way through the movie. I think it's the funniest.
What is that style? It's like the Office style,
It's like a
Arrested Development style, or
like a mockumentary type thing, right? Like so, it's like a documentary, but it's fake.
I'm talking more like how they cut it. Like they go to the show and they're showing the show, and then they'll like cut to an interview
Yeah.
of the people, and it's all like, funny and like zoom in, zoom out, and then they go back to the events that are happening. I don't know what type of filmography is that a word? I don't know what
Yeah.
type of shit that is, but I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
I still liked the movie. I thought it was funny. I laughed. We all laughed. It was a great time. Would I watch it again? Probably not.
Oh
but
my gosh, I could watch it tomorrow.
Am I glad that I watched it? Absolutely.
Yes.
Would I had rather watched like 101 Dalmatians or like Homeward Bound?
I would have been asleep.
Or
No.
Fox and the Hound.
Anyway,
or
I think
Shiloh.
everyone had a grand old time. And we just really love getting together. And I don't think that there's another rescue organization that is able to have this type of relationship that we do with our volunteers and be able to celebrate them like we do. I don't know if that's true. Great. I
Great.
wish that more
I
people
hope
did
is
it.
True.
But in my experience and what people have told us that have come from other organizations, they just haven't experienced this type of community. And I'm personally quite proud of that. I think
Yes.
it's really wonderful, and we had a blast, and we just love our people so much. So
Well, we can't do this work without all of
No.
our fosters and without all of our volunteers. I
Right.
mean, we've got transporters and letter writers, we've got vet techs, we've got groomers, we've got fosters, we've got hard case fosters, vanilla fosters,
Yeah.
long-term fosters, hospice fosters. I mean, if we got the Natasha PetSmart.
yeah, she's got a PetSmart Charities connection, and people that are willing to take on things like we had we had a meet and greet or rescue event at PetSmart, and Holly and I did nothing. And it was awesome.
It was
the
amazing.
volunteers all did it. And somebody asked me, like, oh, what time do we have to be there? And I said, I'm going to be real honest. I don't know.
I do.
When you know, tell me so I get there on time.
No,
Right?
But
I
I
didn't
think-
go. We let the Jesus take the wheel, and it was, they did a great job.
I think it's an important distinction between rescues that thrive and succeed and rescues that fail
And
is that
struggle. Yeah.
there in my experience hearing about other rescues that have not thrived, there seems to always be a bottleneck.
Yep.
And it always seems to be at the director level.
Yep.
Like at a higher up level.
And it's usually a lack of ability to release control
release control and trust
and delegate.
and delegate. And so when Kara and I started kind of building the Mutt Mafia, it's like we want to let in people that we can, that are like-minded, that are on the same path as us, that think like us, that can take direction, that is also self-led.
Mm-hmm.
And we want this to be just as much of a your thing as it is an our thing.
And I think that's happened, which is really magical.
And it's just not recently, but I would say within the last 6 months,
Mhm.
people have really started to kind of take on projects or take on
Roles. Yeah.
roles about what they're interested in, what they want to do. And we're like, yeah, that sounds great. Go forth and be prosperous.
Well,
And then they do.
yes. And,
And
even
they do the whole thing themselves. It's amazing.
they check in, make sure that they're following the mission. And even this foster event, we need to hold a dinner for just Carrie because Holly and I couldn't respond to an email. There was an email from this woman about renting out the theater. And for whatever reason, Holly and I were just unable to wrap it up and get it on the books. And so we reached out to Carrie and said, help, can you please just get this done and tell us where to
Can you
sign?
please just do this?
And they'll take our card information and we'll pay for it, but can you please just get this done? And she did, and she's always doing that. She's
Yes.
always jumping in and saying yep, I'll handle it, I'll get it done. And that was so cool.
Because just like your senators and your representatives, Kara and I are just people too.
Yes.
And we got shit going on all the time too.
All the time. Yeah.
And so it's not just Rescue World. We both have jobs, we both have families, we both have life, just like everybody else
Yep.
in the group. And so it's so kind and supportive and refreshing to, just see somebody be like, hey, how can I help?
Mm-hmm.
Got it done.
Yeah.
And we're like, yes.
Thank goodness.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
I've been thinking a lot as, the phrase goes, life has been lifing for me. And I keep thinking a lot about Chris Wells.
Yeah.
And I think how thankful she must have been when you and I rolled up and we were like, hey, bitch, let us take over.
We're just going to do this.
We're just going to do
Okay,
all
bye.
these things. And she was like, you know what? You guys are crazy, but I trust you and go ahead. And she did trust us.
But can you imagine having such a control issue that
you couldn't. No. It wouldn't work. We couldn't do this. We
wouldn't be
going.
as sick. I mean, there are rescues that do it, and they are still successful. I mean,
They're still helping dogs and things,
to an extent, but they have some pretty
and there has to
unhappy
be
people.
a lot of stress on that person
That's what
that
I'm
won't
talking
let
about.
it go.
I'm like, I just am so relieved and happy to find my people and be like, yes, we're all on the same team. We're all doing the same things. Yes, you should go do that. That's a great idea. Love that. Or, we've tried that before and it didn't work out, and this is why. If you still want to do it, knock yourself out.
Right.
But here's our experience.
As long as we're all supporting the mission, if you want to, put your efforts somewhere and go ahead, we'll support you and we'll, make sure you've got the backing. And the other part of it is too, making sure that the people that you're asking to help you have the tools to be able to do so. Right.
Yeah.
So okay, I want to take on this dog that is a problem dog. Okay, but that's your responsibility, and we'll pay the bills, we'll pay for
We'll
the
set up the
trainer,
trainer.
we'll do all of the things, but you are responsible for the time
The
that this
outcome.
dog is with us and the outcome. And so people are doing that, and it's kind of cool to watch because we did that. We did that back as fosters back in the day, and that's what grew our love for this work because we were given the autonomy to be able to help as much as we were able and willing to help in that moment.
And I think when you say it like that, it can be construed as kind of like well, it's on you if you fail.
No.
That's not what we mean at
Yeah.
all. We just mean I support you in this.
And we'll figure it out together.
And we've got your back.
Yeah.
And we're here for you. We want you to do this because you want to do this.
Right.
And if you want to do this because you want to do this, then you should do this.
Right.
I'm not going to do this.
But if
I'm doing all of this.
but for us to say yes to something like that. So let's say a difficult dog, right? Like as an example, we still have to say yes, knowing that if this all falls off, the wheels fall off and things get tough, that it's back on us as well.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
The buck stops here.
Right.
Ultimately, it's our responsibility, period, full stop. And we will always take responsibility in that.
Yeah.
But that's why we say no to some things, too.
Yeah, we do.
I don't want to get stuck in certain positions.
We do, yeah. Well, after the lobby days, we met with some of our volunteers and we were asking them, a few things. And, one of them was that, right? Like, what would you like to hear us talk about, and what are the problems that you're having, and all of those sorts of issues, and just continuing to have those conversations so that we understand what we are saying yes to and like how that's affecting the people that are helping us and all of those types of things. And I think it's important to still be very closely connected while also allowing some of that control to fall away from the people that are, quote, in charge.
Right.
So
It's just our name on the paperwork.
that's right.
I mean, we're just, it's fine. I'm here for you.
Ew, no doggies. Anyway, okay.
Do you want to go quick through intakes and adoptions?
Let's do a quick speed
Okay.
through. I think we're pretty close there.
We're gonna be completely honest with you. I don't remember where we left off. So we're just gonna start from like mid-February.
Uh-huh.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 intakes.
Any of those you want to call out?
Shindig, 4 of them have been adopted, so we
Yeah,
don't need to talk
that's
about
great.
them. But Shindig, oh my God, we did talk about
She
that
did.
one.
She just sent us a donation, by the way, which was nice.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
As she should.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the looks of this dog, but
Which I don't understand. She's the
not
perfect farm dog.
ironic that
Wait,
you and I disagree on this.
that's true. I do have a different type than you. But look, I just got this picture. Shindig, which is foster brother with her foster
this dog
brother.
looks like
A super mutt, an excellent farm dog. That's
I
what
think
this dog looks like.
It's the markings for me. It's like half of its face and at a diagonal, half of its face is like a healer situation, and the other half is like possibly the border collie, but not really.
I'm thinking like
situation.
actual Sheltie is what I'm seeing in this dog.
But
Like,
you see what I mean?
yeah,
They from there over
you like
is
symmetrical.
healer. It's just and the mark. I don't know, man. That
It's
dog-
kind of like a
I
speckly
would
merle.
love a DNA test on that one.
True,
Honestly,
true. Well,
I
anyway.
will talk about Moxie.
Yes.
Moxie's mom was a friend of Chris Wells
Yeah, that's right.
from Fluffy Butts.
Yep.
And her friend reached out to us and said that Moxie's mom had some health issues over the past couple months, and Moxie, the dog, had been taken in by the arrow on multiple occasions.
I was going to say, we found out later that it had been
Mm-hmm.
multiple intakes to the ARL when mom had to go to the hospital or whatever. Yeah.
And unfortunately, Moxie's mom was going into the hospital or a facility and not going to come out again.
True.
It came to that point where there just wasn't any going home. And so Moxie needed to be adopted.
What was
Now-
Moxie?
The ARL picked her up when the ambulance was called to take
Right.
Moxie's mom in.
Right.
And so the ARL had her, but because of her relationship with Chris Wells and the friend of the friend, they called us and said, hey, we would love for Moxie to go through
You guys.
the Oh My Dog process. And so I was like, yeah, absolutely. It's a little chihuahua,
Tiny,
like
adorable,
6 years old,
big ol' ears.
5 pounds soaking wet.
Right. Maybe 5 pounds.
And I remember telling you when I adopted Seffi, because I love Chihuahuas and I always have to have a Chihuahua. And Sharky, my Chihuahua, is like 18 years old. Not even kidding.
Yeah.
And he's
having daily conversations with the Grim Reaper.
they're on a first name basis.
Yeah.
So
hey, dude, what's going on? You want to come home today? No, I'm good.
I adopted Seffi the Chihuahua in anticipation of Sharky exiting.
Yes.
And I told Kara that I was kind of on the fence about it. And I said, I know as soon as I adopt this dog that the perfect tiny little Chihuahua is going to come along with the little toothpick legs and the whole bit.
Yeah.
And sure as shit, I roll up.
Immediately.
I roll up to the ARL and bail Moxie out of there. And this thing is just like,
Tiny,
She's
teeny, tiny little
tiny.
baby angel.
she's got a rotten mouth. She needs a dental terrible. She's kind of got some hair thinning,
Yeah.
probably poor diet
Yeah.
issue. But otherwise, sweet as pie, sweet as can be. Cute little, huge ears, little white thing. Adorable. I called you on FaceTime. I was like, remember that time I told you? And then I turned the camera over to her and you died on FaceTime.
I said, do you want me to put Moxie back up on the website or?
Steffi, you
or
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
do you want me to put Steffi back up on the website or?
So I immediately drove back to Madrid and handed that dog off within 45 minutes. I was like, I
Gotta get it gone.
She's got to go. And then I went home and I hugged and loved on Steffi. And she's the sweetest, most adorable little thing. And everything worked out fine. The vet front desk receptionist ended up adopting Moxie like 2 days later.
Easy peasy. Didn't even have to post her.
Yeah. So that all worked out very well.
Very good.
But that was Moxie. Who else? We had
Well, Shindig
Elvis.
was interesting, actually. It was a woman.
we talked about that.
Yeah, did we? Okay.
Last time. Yeah.
All right.
Honey is still here with us. She is a puggle mix. Puggle?
Not even a puggle. It's like, I would say like a pug chi or something. She's very petite and small.
She's adorable.
Darling. Holly just said that a pug-ish dog is adorable, and I want you all to hear that.
That's
now
saying
go to
a
our
lot.
website and check her out. How do we still have Honey? She's young. She's happy. There ain't nothing wrong with her. Why in the world do I not have 600 applications for this dog?
I don't get it.
First time foster
all.
has her. I don't get it. Like, get her gone. She's so cute. I don't ever want to even look at her because I don't, I obviously don't need another dog, but she's so cute. I don't want to have anything to do with her. She's too cute. So I hope somebody adopts her quickly.
Maybe we need a transfer.
I think she's going to go, but we just need to get her some more pictures probably or something like that, or another post perhaps. Tanner, are you hungry? Did you eat dinner?
No.
Did anybody hear that?
I
Wonder if
heard
the
it.
mic's
I
picked
heard
up.
it, and I got my headphones on.
I have my headphones on and I'm talking and I heard that tummy growl.
Good Lord.
So Tanner agreed to do this recording for us a day early, and he
Holly wants to go to the lake.
because Holly wants to go to the lake tomorrow because
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
nice.
a very nice day tomorrow.
I'm gonna go sit inside on a really busy Monday and want to jump out my window that doesn't open at work, but Holly's gonna be at the lake, so that's cool.
Bye.
Anyway, Tanner had his daughter's softball practice right before this, rushed over here so that you all
I
could
didn't
hear
rush
us.
that fast.
And he's starving apparently, and
We
I
have
don't.
pizza in the car.
I
We
would be
do it.
just
You want a
fine.
piece of pizza?
Drink my supper tonight.
Listen, Linda, we got
Hilariously
half a
enough,
pizza.
I'm good.
This is funny.
Kara
Yeah, I
and I typically share a personal pan pizza
Like,
at Nighthawk.
We each
The
get
little
like
tiny
2
7-inch
little
one?
tiny. That's perfect for
Which
us.
is perfect because it's thick.
Yeah.
And so, but tonight Kara's like, well, I'm actually kind of hungry. It's like, okay, we'll get the medium. So we order the medium, and they come out with a large. And,
And we were like,
we're out of medium crust, so here's a large. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
we would have downsized, not upsized. So and this pizza is huge. It's
Huge.
It's not just like a regular
That's
large
funny.
pizza. It's
I
enormous.
mean-
The slices are bigger than your face. Like
I had one slice of pizza, Holly. One slice. That is not normal.
It was a lot of pizza.
We
I am
ordered-
looking very much forward to those leftovers.
They're gonna be good.
For the party yesterday, we ordered from Doco in Ankeny.
Yeah,
They're the ones that make the giant pizza that you got to tip the pizza to walk out the door.
like big tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Everybody was surprised.
love it.
is
I
it?
love
Good
pizza.
pizza at least.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that-
New York style.
Yeah.
Really big pieces, so we had
Yeah.
to cut every piece again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. That's funny. Well, anyway, Holly and I are going to be eating pizza for the rest of the week.
I'm fine
Perfect.
with that. As far as adoptions go, we had all of the puppies, which I think we did talk about all the puppies.
Yeah, we did. I think you could probably start at Olive
Olive just got adopted today.
Olive and Petunia and Seamus all were adopted today.
Yes.
Excellent.
And Dumbo went pretty quick. That great, huge, giant-eared Chihuahua-looking thing from St. Louis area.
Yeah, that one. We need to get more Chihuahuas. We really get rid of those quickly.
Then, of course, Seffi's on there, which tune in next week as we talk about changing dog names.
Yes, we're going to dive into the science and reality of whether or not you can change a dog's name and it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Or not.
And Holly's still on the fence about Seffi.
Right.
So I'm totally open to name suggestions.
I will, for the naming podcast, I'll use Seffi for the picture so that
Perfect.
they can help us name her.
Well, that's the other thing. None of you guys have met her.
I
hate to
haven't
bring
even
down
met
to the
her.
dog
I'm
park,
upset.
but, the neighbor dog came over today, and I have a fenced-in yard, and so Seffi was on one side, and the neighbor dog was on the other side, and Stanley's losing his mind and barking his head off, and Seffi's losing her mind, and she just won't let it go. Like, Stanley got bored after, a minute and a half and walked away. He's like, yeah, okay, tough guy, bye.
Mm-hmm.
But Seffi just would not let it go. And I was like, girl, if I come over here and open this gate, what are you going to do?
Right.
Like, this dog is 4 times your size. But she was all...
She'd probably take her out just like Squinty does.
She was all super tough guy. I mean, she's got a feisty side to her.
Okay. Well, I will note that in my naming thought process.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyway, we don't need to cover that other stuff. We can do it on the next one, yeah?
Yeah, we sure can. Yeah. We have definitely continued to take it very thoughtfully when bringing in dogs right now, just because everything is moving so slow. And I know you guys have heard us say that a million times, but truly, this is the slowest adoptions and foster yeses that I have seen since we started doing this.
I feel like we're getting punished for taking that winter break between... Remember we kind of like did a stop on intakes from like Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Right.
I feel like we're paying for it now or something.
I know. Everything just feels like
karma.
it's super slow. But today was a really good day. We had 2 black dogs adopted out. We only have 2 more, I think, left of our little mid-sized black dog situation. Actually 3, because Scylla was that little black dog. So 3 black dogs adopted this week, which is amazing.
And so for any fosters listening, or any potential fosters, we completely understand how getting stuck with a long-term foster can feel. And it's just as, if not more frustrating for us as it is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing that we want to happen, the last thing that we can have happen, is for that to turn you off from fostering entirely.
Right.
And so I just hope everybody knows and understands that we're doing everything we can on our side. Any content you give us, we're reposting it.
Mm-hmm.
Any emails we get, we're forwarding them or we're answering them directly.
That's right. Yep.
If they need training or behavioral assessments, we're happy to set that up. We're happy to pay for everything, of course. Any grooming, we've got groomer volunteers at our beck and call. Honestly, they just show up and
Amazing
make miracles
humans.
happen.
Yeah.
So it's nothing that you're doing. It's nothing that we are not doing. It's just the climate of adoptions right now.
It's crazy. Yeah. And I think
But that
the
shouldn't
world-
deter us from trying to save dogs that need our help.
right. It's just a little slower. So our numbers aren't as big, which is fine. If like Holly and I said when we started this, if we help, 5 dogs this year, we'll be happy. And we're going to do way more than that, but it's less than what we hoped based on the pace we're at right now. But it doesn't mean that's not going to change, because it really is.
Yeah.
It goes in waves. So
I think a lot of people got stuck between the whole holiday season and spring break season and the winter blues and all the things. So,
and
think
going to war.
well, there's
The world
that
at
too.
large, people aren't making big decisions right now. For
The
whatever
world is
reason.
burning, but we're all still going to work, and there's
We are still
dogs
showing
that
up.
need saved.
That's right.
and
Mm-hmm.
I would rather go down with a horde of dogs than not.
Oh, hell yeah. That's right.
Anyway, that's
Okay.
all we've got for this one.
That's right. Next week, if you are as crazy about naming dogs as Holly and I are, please tune in because we got some things to talk about there. I think it's going to be kind of a fun little baby episode about that.
And maybe a quick little topic roulette. Maybe just a little.
Maybe just a little spin of the wheel.
Because we just love roulette. We really do.
Yes, Holly and I are roulette connoisseurs. So anyway, until then,
We'll figure it out.
Oh my dog.
What I mean when I see, what I see, what I feel, when I dream, when I be, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up? Everybody look at me when I'm free, when I feel, what I see, when I do it, I'm a freak, what up? Oh, what up? Say what we got, it's hot to spot, give up the drop, see what we got, do what, do what? We got to go, the body flow, too hot to show, the front row, we won't stop.